Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, I haven't done this in so long that I'm checking out all the different buttons on StreamYard, and there's so many updates to it that I didn't even have time to read it all by the time I decided that I was going to come in and do the stream. I got to take a second and go shut the volume off here. There. I think that's a bit better. Get myself a little bit organized. I feel like I have this way too close. How's that? Is that okay? I do know that my husband is live right now and he's going to have his channel raid mine. So that's fantastic. And in the meantime, I'm kind of just checking out a couple things on here. Even like where my eyes are going, I notice is all different again looking on here. Hi, Lillian. So good to see you. Can you put a one in the chat if you can see and hear me okay, please? And thank you, my dear. Yeah, I'm trying to think even how long has it been since I've done a live stream? It has been a while. Oh, a one. Thank you, Lily. That is fantastic. So awesome. So awesome. I'm just playing with some buttons here. When I go onto the YouTube side, let me just see here. There's this little plus button that says engage with your audience. Oh, I see. Yeah, I will. Start a poll, members only. Oh, what would this one be? I won't play that. Okay. Oh, Lily, I got to figure out how to get in there. Hello, Roman with Ringo. Thanks so much for being here. A Nate raid. Hi, Jack. Hi, Nosh. Hi, Floss. Thank you guys for coming in. Hello, Diane. I know. Is it me? Is it me? Right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, Alan. Good to see you in here too. Lily, I will put you back as a moderator, but I can't do it right away because, oh my goodness, I am trying to remember how to do that. And I would have to pull up a whole bunch of other stuff. So maybe later, if I can get somebody up here with me. I'm still playing around with all of this while Nate was doing his live stream. I was like, I miss streaming. I miss talking to everybody. So I thought I would come in and do this. Ooh, we got a fluffy dog raid. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that too. Right now, I'm hitting all sorts of buttons. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to check into that later as well, Floss. Right now, I pretty much think I just have Nate. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna do it in my chair so I can sit back and relax, and then I realize I'm too far away. My blue eyes. Can you even see my eyes? I have to wear glasses pretty much all the time now. Getting so old. Did I just see someone say hello to Angie? Where is she? I didn't see Angie in here. Huh. Where? Hmm. Unless it was before. Oh, man, you guys, this has been so long. So long. Trying to catch up looking back on this side. I actually think I'm going to have to just focus looking at the live stream stuff. Okay, so I want you guys to put in the chat, what is it that you want to know? What things do you want to hear about in Nate and I's life? And I will update you. Oh, there you are. Okay, I saw people saying hello to you, but I didn't see you. Oh my gosh. Is that a new feature on YouTube live streaming that I'm totally behind on? Alan, good to see you. Diane, I am doing well. Um, Usually it's Nate with all the ways that he's getting hurt and not. I banged my head pretty good. What had that been a week or so ago? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? It was the week after Canadian Thanksgiving is when I had my family. The only person missing was Braden, but my sister was down from Ontario, and DJ and his family was down from Regina. Mom came from Regina, and we did a late Thanksgiving here. And I went to reenact how my brother used to have my son flat out on his stomach, sitting on his back and yelling at him to say, "Uncle, say uncle." And Braden was like, "I'm not a quitter." Now, this was many years ago. So I want to tell my nephew Caleb this story. Oh, hi, Pippa. Oh, hi, baby. I'm trying to tell. I want to tell Caleb this story, but like when my whole family gets together, we all get louder and we talk faster, and we're just like so alive, right? So I went to reenact it, and I went and stuck my arms out, and then went down to the ground. Normally when you go down to the ground, you put your hands out front of you to like stop your body. Oh no, I went and bam, smacked my head on the floor, and only from a couple feet off the ground, my glasses went in a kerfuffle flying off, and everybody started laughing because apparently it looked really, really funny. I quickly got up and went outside because crying because it hurt, and Nate came out and consoled me a bit and stuff. But I noticed the next day, and especially the day after that, every time I turned my head, it was like a whoosh sound, like a whoosh, whoosh. I've never had anything like that. And I just happened to have a doctor's appointment coming up that week. So when I went in, I was like, I don't know, exactly why it's doing that. And I explained how I smacked my head and had that sound. And she checked in my ear. No, I had no bruising on my face or anything like that, but it bruised in my ear. So on the inside under, it was like swollen and bruised. And so, oh my God, that bird's driving me nuts. I stop talking, the bird stops. I'm going to be talking again, and the bird's going to start yapping. Can you guys hear the bird? Put a 2 in the chat if you can hear the birds. But yeah, so she said it's going to take like 4 to 6 weeks for that to get better. A couple of days, my equilibrium was fine again. It was just so weird though, because the first day, even the next day, I didn't really notice much. But I think it's kind of as things are swelling that you start to get those. And Nate just came in. I'll show you. And he is covering up those dang birds. Oh, there's your tiny honey. Oh, it fell behind. And you're on camera. Just so you know. And there's the birds. And I moved the coffee table so I could set the computer on it. Oh, your poor tummy. No, don't, honey. Then don't. Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah. We brought a lot of plants back in the house. Yeah. Let me get this set up again. Yeah, this has been so long. And this, oh boy, this camera that I'm using, it flops around. It doesn't want to stay on top. Oh, now you hurt your tummy, didn't you?
No.
Bending and moving around. Lily's like, tiny, tiny. Floss is like, the birds want to join in the conversation. I need to set this up higher so you guys don't see my double chin so much. Let me see what I got here. You know what? Turning 50 has just been a whole different ball game, let me tell you. Hang on, let's see if I can raise this a little bit. And it's just easier for me then to. Oops. Oh, the birds. Yeah, we got Elsa and Sven, except now that they're older, that thing on their nose this year, you can tell now that they're both female. So Sven is Svenlana. So, but she goes by Sven for short. Oh my goodness, I cannot get this thing to stay straight. Yeah, crazy. Huh. Oh, well. Your sister called you JP Littlebottom since you were born, Jack? That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Hi, Brandon. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Okay, I'm going to go back and go to these questions. Anyway, so yeah, my ear is like off a bit. It's way better now. Way better. What else health-wise? Oh my gosh. Ladies in the chat and men that have had a partner that have experienced menopause and had hot flashes, put whatever numbers you want in the chat. Holy crap, that has been kicking my ass. So I decided, okay, it's time to start seeing a doctor and start dealing with that stuff, right? Well, I don't know. I feel so weird that Nate is over here and I can see him. But if he was in the chat seeing me, I wouldn't feel as uncomfortable because you're right there live. I feel like.
Why did they name that after men?
Menopause?
Yeah.
Because everything's about men. Do you know if there was as much money put into menopause as there is like Viagra, women would be a lot nicer to be around. Oh goodness, I got to catch up on what's going on in here. Oh, you think you remember 50? Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I'm in there and they do the responsible thing. You guys are so stinking cute. So I go in about menopause and I go to a nurse practitioner because I've heard really good things about her dealing with it. Just mostly the hot flashes. I mean, it's not going to get my vision back and stuff like that. But they did all this blood work and they're like, when's the last time you had, physical done? And I'm like, I don't know. How far back do your notes go? I don't remember. And I'm thinking, well, they said they couldn't find it in their electronic version. And I'm thinking, isn't that weird? Because there's so many times that I've been prescribed antidepressant medications, but we haven't had my blood work and stuff done to see if there was something else wrong. Interesting, right? Anyways, there's all this stuff that's different now. It just drives me nuts. What is it? I have men, no pause. Send men without pause. Hot flashes. I used to call them hot flushes at first. I remember you guys, I used to have that fan that I joked is my hot flash fan. Oh, super needed it. Okay, so you guys are hilarious because they're a pain. Menopause. I'm missing some of these. You guys are great. I love this. Oh, yeah. And getting hot at night. Absolutely. So we get the blood work done. And what all were my results? My cholesterol is up. So I got a medication for cholesterol. I don't actually think it's that unusual for anybody 50 to be on cholesterol medication. I think that's just kind of what it is. And it's a smart thing. Now, I know that I have stroke risk factors, and my mom and my grandma have dealt with that. So genetically, there's that. And I can't change anything about that, but I can change other things that are in my control. My weight needs to change, my smoking. Guess what? I'm a non-smoker. I have smoked since I was 16 years old. And I have been without anything with nicotine since the 23rd of October. I started with the patches a bit here and there. And then I found these, they're called cocoa bean sticks. And they have a filter and everything. And they're like a pack of cigarettes. You can get them on Amazon. And I have a pack of that for my emergency, not coping and don't know what else to do. So there's no tobacco, no nicotine. And then every time I think I want a cigarette, I know I can have a cocoa bean stick. But then I look at it and think, well, what's the point? It's not going to do anything for me. So it's working pretty good. I will keep a pack around for if I ever have drinks because I'm a little nervous about that situation. But so far, so good. I'm not coughing and hacking the same. Yeah, my breathing does feel a lot better and in such a small time. Here, let me go back. See what I got here. Diane said she had most of those parts removed in her early 30s. Total menopause, no meds to help. It was torture. You know what? And I have heard, Diane, that any women that have had hysterectomies and such young, their body goes into menopause then. And then when you hit the normal menopause age, your brain is saying, ding, 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 time for menopause. And you get all this stuff again anyways. I thought to myself, there is no way that I'm going to keep living like this. Like, this is horrible. And my mom never had the same symptoms as me. So it's kind of hit and miss sometimes, right? And I I don't know. Anyway, so what they did is they gave me an estrogen patch. So for anyone that knows anything about it, um, I'm on the lowest dose. The patch is better than any kind of pill because it bypasses my liver and stuff. Going on an estrogen patch has increased my stroke risk. Um, if I was still a smoker, do you know what I mean? So I told the doctor, I said, I will literally do anything you tell me to do if you can make these hot flashes go away, if I can sleep through the night, right? So, estrogen patch, I'm not kidding. Within a couple weeks, I have no hot flashes. So, with the quitting smoking, I know I have to do things like focus again on the other aspects of my health, but Nate and I decided together as a team that we are going to focus on the smoking first. I have weight to lose. My sugars were actually high. I know that's my fault because I eat a ridiculous amount of sugar, especially right now when I'm not smoking. But I'm going to worry about that when I'm more comfortable with the non-smoking. My blood pressure was up, and there's some proteins in my urine. Now, I don't really know a whole bunch about that, but I know I need to drink more water. So, those of you out there, anyone that's had any estrogen or any kind of hormone replacement therapy, you also need progesterone if you're getting estrogen, which my birth control is an IUD and that has progesterone. So, right now, those are all okay. So, I feel good. Now, I just got to start getting out in the world because, man, you guys, I've really isolated myself a lot. Let me see. Lily says a fan is a life changing when you have hot flashes. I wish my mind and body would make up its mind. And thank you, yep, for quitting smoking. Thank you. Nosh says put an ice pack under the pillow, and when your head gets hot, just flip it to the cold side. Oh my goodness. Does that ever sound simple but brilliant at the same time? Because then it will be a lock. Oh, yeah. Because when I was explaining it to my nurse practitioner, I was like, when it comes on, it feels like it's coming from in here, like around my neck, and it just poof spreads out, right? It's just like it just light, and explodes. And it's horrible. But now they're gone. So I just got to keep track of it. 4 years, no smoking for you, Jack. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Thanks, Naj. Yeah, the biggest thing for me with the no smoking is what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I did some coloring, adult coloring. While I watch TV, I play on my phone, but I do work on my candle business, so we can discuss a little bit later. I was right. You did go through it twice. Oh, your poor husband. Oh, your poor husband. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the clear air side, right? I know. I'm actually pretty happy. I've quit before for 6 months, and then I had drinks with some friends. Obviously, I don't drink very often, especially when there's no moose milk involved. And I had a real hard time with not smoking with the alcohol. The first, one, I took a drag, went, oh, that's okay. It tasted gross. And then I thought I wanted a whole cigarette later that hour, in a couple hours. And next thing you know, I had bought a pack of cigarettes and I kept it a secret for 2 weeks from my son because I didn't want to be disappointed in me. That was quite a few years ago. But I'm back and I feel really confident. And it's really nice to be married to someone that's a non-smoker. And Nate is like my number one encouraging person. Like he is my guy and he always has my back. And it does make things a lot easier. Okay, let me get back to the chat. I'm just, yeah, God bless Rick. Lily, your doctor doesn't want to put you on for anything for menopause? Mine's just a little patch. And okay, Canada has a lot of healthcare services that are covered, but for medications and stuff, it's my work coverage. And they'll only cover things to where I just pay my $10 copay amount on each prescription because it's under the Saskatchewan formulary. Estrogen patches are not. Estrogen patches are not covered on my insurance plan. So I think it's about 40 or 60 bucks a month. Really worth it. Really worth it. You change your patch once a week. Super easy. And so it costs, 40 to $60 per month. And it is worth it so much. But then I think, okay, why is that not covered? It's less expensive than some people's medications that they're helping cover. Why is that not important? Why does that not have enough value, right? I mean, life would be so much easier for men and women if we had a little bit of help with it. Because you don't want to go out somewhere and all of a sudden your whole face goes red and hot and sweaty and you're dripping and you can just feel it in your neck and then you're grouchy and you can't concentrate. And I am thinking, how do all these women work in these years? And one person said to me, there's a lot of people that have quit working when they hit those years because they couldn't manage it. We just don't know it because they're not here anymore. And we just assume they did a regular retirement or they quit for whatever reason. But a lot of it has been menopause. I personally have a friend that does the same job as me in a different area of the province. I watched her go through hell with the hot flashes. Like hers were beyond anything I could even imagine. We'd be sitting in a meeting and she just loves to be drenched wet. And it was hard. And she ended up off work sooner than she thought she would be, which affects a person's income too, right? Then you add all the years in that we didn't get to put money in towards our pensions because we were raising kids. There's a lot of stuff that's a little bit tougher for women sometimes. Everybody's got their own thing though. I will say that. Let's see what this one is. Flaw says, as soon as I moved, I quit. Once in a while, I may have one, but that's it. Oh, for the cigarettes, right? And I am scared to death to have one. That's why I got to keep my pack of no tobacco, no nicotine sticks with me for emergencies. And that, for some reason, takes the stress off of me. Like, I actually feel like I'm doing so much better with the nicotine withdrawal than I ever could have imagined. It's almost like the habit had a stronger hold on me than the nicotine did. I don't know. We'll have to ask Nate because he's the one that deals with my moodiness. But now it's like, is my moodiness because I didn't smoke? Is it because I'm going through menopause, or am I just a bitch? We're going to have to ask him the next time he does his live stream. And so help me, he better not pick the last one. Oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you. What did Naj say here? Naj says, I thought I was having hot flashes, but no, it's cat flashes. Because when I wake up, I find two cats sleeping on me, making me feel hot. Well, there you go. I wouldn't be able to handle it. There'd be no stinking way that I can do that at all. At all. Okay. Let me just keep trucking. Diane says she's been a diabetic for 26 years, just started Monjaro, you guys know what I'm saying. Weekly injection, blood sugar is finally stable and normal, and you drop 35 pounds in the first month. That's fantastic. I have a client that is diabetic as well, and once she got have a better understanding of how to control her blood sugars, and she's got that thing on her arm and it's connected to an app on her and her husband's phone, so they can both always monitor instantly the blood sugar without doing pokes. She's been dropping weight. Sugar has always been an issue with me, and I'm not diabetic. I haven't hit, I'm at the last number before the pre-diabetic stage. And I know that is on me. I eat sugar every night. Every night. I am addicted to sugar. That, I think, would be harder for me to give up than the smoking. But, I'm just going to get a little more solid in this no smoking. And, without smoking, I feel so much freer. I don't feel like I am tied to that addiction. because you'll need a cigarette or want a cigarette at the worst freaking times or places that you can't have one. And that becomes a worry. Like, you schedule things you can do in places that you can go around your smoking as well. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it is so going to be out of my life. Lillian says, my husband thinks I'm crazy and angry all the time. Oh, Jack, that's not fair, saying he speaks the truth. Hello, Chew6428. Thank you so much for coming in. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Nate is an absolutely amazing man. I could just go into all the ways that he's wonderful and cry because I have never felt so loved ever in my whole life. And it is so beautiful, you guys. And I'm sorry I miss out on all the live streams and stuff, but I am so loving my life. I am so loving being married to him. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, we're almost at 2 years. So yeah, we're still in the honeymoon stage, but we deal with real life stuff, right? I mean, even in the beginning with the flooding in the house and all this stuff, it's just, I don't know. We know that we would never intentionally hurt each other. We would never say anything intentionally to hurt the other person. Do we sometimes say something wrong? Of course, but we take it different because we know there's no vindictiveness in behind it. And we're not people that would go around saying anything bad about each other to other people as well. I mean, I have nothing bad to say, but we are a team. We are really, truly a team. And I'm so thankful for you too, because that's how we even met. You guys were all a part of our relationships, the ups and downs. And the part we were dating that was tough, we worked through it and we learned each other's very different communication styles. And we found a way that works for us. And I honestly couldn't be any happier. Like, we're going to go to Fiji. I'm going to Fiji with the love of my life. That is a once in a lifetime experience. And I am so blessed to be able to do that. Oh, little sniffle. But yeah, I'm so happy. Let's see. Oh, the cancer risks. Now, you got to look into the details on some of that a little bit deeper. There are some false information out there on menopause and estrogen patches. There's creams, there's patches, there's all kinds of different things based on what your particular needs are. So I would recommend, Lillian, make sure you're getting your blood work done to see if there's anything else that's like making it worse, right? Less expensive than prison time. Oh my goodness, Floss, me too. Floss says I need to be more active so I can lose some weight. Yeah, me too. And we just got snow over this weekend. There's snow out on the ground. It's going to get nicer and it's going to melt again, but dang. Hey, Johnny, thanks so much for being in here. A nurse in the house. I think if you were lucky, you might have missed some of my menopause talk. And Rick stays alive. I'm just trying to catch some of these. Nate says, I blame the messes your husband leaves around. Oh, see, now I'm a little bit behind in the chat, and I'm not sure what that was. Now says, Paula, maybe try to chew gum when you get the urge to smoke. My friend said she did that and it helped her when she needed something in her mouth. Yeah, I have gum in my purse, and I have gum in the kitchen. It's good help, but I don't use it as much. Oh, wait, what did I see? Oh, Captain Jack. I remember Nate was on his way to Grand Haven. Is that Michigan? Sorry, Canadian here. It's my Canadian showing. And then he did a U-turn and heading to you. Yeah. Yeah. I missed some of the conversations here. I know. Snow. But it's not actually that cold. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where my phone is at this moment. I'm on the computer. I think I must have an allergy. My nose feels so itchy today. Well, kind of a lot lately. Um, I'm gonna scroll back here. I think I got it all. Angie's adopted Nate as her little brother. Yeah, you guys know how special he is and how blessed I am to have him in my life. I have a feeling he's probably spending a bit of time watching some games right now. Nate is truly blessed. Oh, hey, thanks, Jack. I don't think anybody actually mentions how lucky he is to have me. Probably because it's not as big of a deal. Oh, there he is. Yes, I'm truly blessed. Thank you, Pumpkin. Okay. Angie says, my weight comes from the stress hormones all around my stomach, and Ozempic doesn't help with my weight. But hey, my sugar's under control. Yeah, my weight, Angie, is a lot. I mean, everywhere, but mostly around my stomach. Then it was never something that was an issue before. But I'm also eating so much junk. I know that. I know that. It's just where the weight's going now. Could it rise a little higher? Doesn't feel like it wants to. You just mentioned it for the umpteenth time. Go Hawk, she says. Lillian's going to watch her game. Well, thanks for being here, Lillian. Boondocking with Boomer, fellow Canadian. Hey, Lance, how's it going? I haven't chatted with you for a long time. Of course, I haven't been on YouTube for a really long time. Nate's downstairs probably watching his game, or is that the same game you're going to watch, Lillian? I don't even know. Oh, my. Oh, you're in Tennessee. My sister-in-law lives in Tennessee. I've actually finally been there. Yeah, we have done some different trips, little trips. Well, not little, big, but I don't know. So last winter, we took off and we spent a month. I wanted to get out of the snow again. And we went down to the Gulf of Mexico before it changed to the Gulf of America based on people's opinions on that name. And so my first time in Texas, my first time in Tennessee, we spent a day in Nashville. I had chicken with white sauce in Alabama and fried green tomatoes, which I don't really recommend based on my one time trying it. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by the conversation. People are asking about Lily's dog. I don't know. I just lost track. Is that another menopause thing where my brain goes whoosh in, whoosh out? What I would really like is to keep up with you guys in the chat, have a good conversation. If someone wants to come up, let me know. I could put the link up, but now I got to figure out how to do that again. It has been so long. Oh, there we go. Copy. And give me a second. And paste. Enter. Yes, menopause brain is real, right? Okay, there's a link if people want to come and pop up and join in the fun. I need a drink, but I'll just wait. I do know for those that were watching Nate's live stream, he said, oh, she'll probably show you about candles. And I went, shoot, I better have something sitting beside me so that I can show you guys. I made a couple geode candles and then I tried a new version the next way. No, I just call it the golf. That way no one gets upset. Hey, that's a great idea. So this, do you guys know what this is supposed to be? Different lighting. Looks different. These are my second version. Yeah, they're geode candles. Just don't call it the Gulf of Venezuela. What the hell? Yeah, it's a geode candle that I made by hand. No molds, no nothing. And I have my first friend popping up on stage. Lily, what do
I
you
just
think?
wanted. Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, all made by hand. It's a
Wow.
candle. You
Wow.
see the wick? Where's the wick?
That looks totally real.
Thank you. Now, what would a person even charge for this kind of candle?
I have no clue.
Neither do I.
Looks like a lot of work. I just wanted to come up and do something real quick.
Okay.
Because every time I see it, it reminds me of you and that live stream we did.
What? Oh, you're little.
Little smiley face.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny. You know what? I was actually thinking about that this week because I was thinking about using a glue gun for some stuff. And I just have a teeny tiny glue gun. And I was thinking, this is just about as useful as Lily's iron is.
Yep.
I need a grown up size.
Well, you can see what time it is. It's game time.
Oh, who are the Hawks playing?
They're playing the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. Well, then what game is Nate watching today?
San Francisco.
Yeah, the 49ers. But who are they?
49ers. I don't know who they're playing.
Okay.
I have no clue. But
Does
I'm
it
going to pop back down in chat.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll see you again soon. Enjoy
Don't
your
forget the tiny iron. It does work.
tiny iron. My husband's got the tiny hiney. You know, it all fits.
See you later.
It's good to see you. Oh, it's so nice to have people pop up. So Nash says a geo candle doesn't have scent. No, I did not put scent in this. That brings the cost down a little bit. I do a lot of candle bouquets, and I was doing them with scent. And then when I've been putting them in their bins to store them and to take them to a market, it is too many smells all at once. So my candles for the bouquets now, unless it's ordered a certain way, I'm going to try to do more scent free, I think. So Angie says add the cost to make it and then set a price. So when I look online, I do a couple things like with my candle bouquets. I look on Etsy. I didn't for this one yet, but I did for the others, and kind of see what the highs and low prices are, which some of them are like crazy. I'm going to show you one that I'll probably sell for $50. That would be over 100 for sure on Etsy. So am I undercharging for some stuff? Yes, but you have to know your area. And so I'm new at it, and I just want to kind of get them out there so people see them. I could do a rose scent for sure. So I think when I make the more single rose ones and I put them in this plastic thing so that people can do it for Valentine's Day, I'll add the scent to that. Oh, thanks, Lillian. Floss says, I haven't been to an art craft show in a long time and I don't have any idea of what to charge for that. So I do check on Etsy for stuff, but what people say is that all of a sudden it just said something different on my screen. It totally threw me off. Can you tell? Okay, Nate says the chat GPT tells me 30 to 50 USD. That to me is a lot. Like, who would actually buy this for that much? Now, if I had it online, fine. But at this point in time, you guys, I don't want to do any shipping. And I do have someone I'm bringing up right away. Don't think I'm forgetting about you, bud. But I don't want to worry about shipping and stuff. I still work a full-time job. Once I retire, and I'm still doing this because it's more of a hobby right now. But if I decide to go full-on business in 5 years, then I will. I'll for sure do all the online and stuff. You would charge 100? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you do need to know your area. That is for sure. But let me show you this big one. Oof. Okay. See this one? Now, when I look on, I'm on some Facebook groups that are all about the candles and stuff, and they would say a lot for this one. This is all different flowers and roses. They're all candles, every one of them. But this is my goddess candle. She is really hard to work with. And yeah. But because I love thrifting and stuff, you guys, I'm thinking, okay, I have little boxes that look like purses. I have other little things that are heart shaped. If you go to my Instagram, you can see a whole bunch of stuff there. Just go Spark Stone Studio, and it'll take you to them. But these bases, I am now trying to get and repurpose them, right? A lot of this stuff ends up in landfills and stuff for what? Why? We got so many things that are so expensive. We want to bring a little joy. Let's also do something that's a little more environmentally friendly. So I do have some that are in teapots and different things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that one's, I just call her my goddess bouquet. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it would be cheaper than a lot of other people. Lillian thinks this one would be like 200. Angie's seeing 75 to 100. Yeah, I think if I was online, 89.99, Jack says. If I was online and I was selling them and I would just wait, I think online opens up the amount of people that see it, and maybe you can find more people that are into it. Then I would charge them fair price instead of going underpriced. But right now I'm still learning, and I just kind of want to see how they go in the area. So, and I have invested so much money into these, like a little wax warmer. There's lots of molds, all the fragrance, all the wax, different kinds of waxes. The wax that I use to make these is not the same wax that I make my actual scented candles with, because they work very differently. I've learned sometimes the hard way. So you have to price it as much as it costs you to make the candle. Oh yeah, that brings me back to my point. Thank you so much for that. They say add up all your costs. I mean, that's including wicks and everything, and multiply it by 3 or 4 or 5. That's a rate. Now, a lot of people say charge it times 3 if you're selling wholesale for candles, times 4 about for merch. But I feel like, yeah, I could. And at first I thought that was too much to charge, but then I realized, okay, I went to a market that cost me over 2 days. So it cost me $500. So actually it was $565. And I only made $1,200 that weekend. So, the cost of goods, you have to have a certain margin that it can even balance it out. Hi, Karen. No, it is not snowing here today, but there is snow outside. And this morning it looks so pretty with the hoarfrost on the trees. Oh, I love the frosty look. I just don't like the cold. Faucets, if you were in my area and I still had my craft shows, I would want you as a vendor. Well, thank you. And thank you so much, Nate, for posting that Instagram. If anybody isn't already on it, feel free to go in, take a look. Anytime you guys look at my Instagram or my Facebook, if you like them, it's like YouTube, right? It just helps promote things. And if you're here watching and you haven't already subscribed, I've learned that when I say the word subscribe, it should be lighting up when I talk about it. So you guys look at the subscribe button. Is it doing this kind of color thing around it? I saw someone's video do that and I thought it was great. You have to consider the cost of shipping. Absolutely. But I think I would do shipping separately, but then that gets expensive, right? And I think the biggest reason I don't want to worry about shipping is I don't understand how all these tariffs are working with different things. So when things are more settled and I have a better understanding, I would know if that's going to be charged more for someone that's getting it. Because let's say I sold it for $60 and I have to pack it up and everything, whatever, I'll absorb that cost. That's not a big deal. But because if the person's paying for the actual shipping, and then if they had, so they're paying for the product, paying for the shipping, and then what if there's tariffs and duties, right? So I think it's just easier to keep it for markets. I've learned a little bit about some of the ones I want to do and not do. I'm doing a couple little ones. They're like $40 or $50 for a table, but you only have one table space. And I set up kind of a big thing. I've done a couple outdoor markets. I really like those. And I have a big Christmas one in Regina coming up. So it'd be awesome. I know how to do my moderators, Lillian. It's been so long right now. I don't want to do it while I'm up on my live stream, but I shouldn't have anyone that's really causing any problems right now. And if so, Nate's got it. Jack says, I still see it as a traveling Ren Fair gig. You and Nate could do his banking things and you with your amazing candles. Floss always did shipping separately. Yeah, that makes sense to me too. Yeah. And then I do and you want to know what my best seller is? Air fresheners. These car diffusers. I definitely have to work on my labeling, but you learn so much. Like the labels, there's the name, what's in the ingredients, how many milliliters is in here, the price, all those different things. But I'm not sure if the sun is shining on there. These have it's like a reed style top. So that when you take the cork out that's in here, you just tip it, get that reed part wet, and then hang it in your car, and it should diffuse the scent. One of my favorite scents, though, that I've learned is Fruit Loops. I don't know. I'm weird. I really like it. Now, I see that we got 17 people in the house. And my guest that was supposed to be up here did drop down. I don't know if it was service or not, but if he sees it again, he can definitely pop back up. Paste. I will put that link back down again. I've never been to a Renaissance fair. I would really like to see what that is like. Oh, thanks, Karen. They look real. My first one's not so much, but this second batch, I just did 2. And yeah, I got more ideas for them. But I got to find the right size of container. Like, I don't want to just leave these all out on the tables. I need a proper way to package them. And one of the things that I'm learning is that presentation is key before they even smell anything. So my labeling and packaging is stuff that I really need to work on, because something has to draw them into the table first before they even check out all the great smells. So Karen wants to know, does Fruit Loops smell like candy? No, it smells exactly like Fruit Loops, which is funny. Yeah, it's sweeter. So yeah, probably you could easily say it kind of like a candy scent. But like one person smelled it and she's like, it smells like the box, the bag, and the cereal all together. Like it just smells exactly like Fruit Loops. Who knew? Who knew? And I actually really like smell. I really like pink sugar as well. Yeah. Yeah. What time are we at? Ooh, we had about 10 minutes and I'd have been here about an hour. About an hour. I don't know. I got to figure out what I would charge. That's a tough thing. Right now on my Instagram and stuff, I like showing the stuff I'm making. Right? And just kind of building it up that way for now, but I'm not putting prices because I'm still working on it all. Packaging, the way your display looks, all helps, right? So what I did do is I bought 4 folding shelves. So they have like 4, one of them is 5 layers, and they're 2 feet wide, and then they just fold up, easy to transport and bring. So I use it in my office where I do all my candle making. And then when I load up my product, then I just pack those up too and take them with me. Yeah. Do you have Uline in Canada? Yes, we do. I was trying to find out some good pricing for glass, but oh my goodness, you guys, they are so expensive. Like, I wanted some really nice containers for my candles. I'm doing some stuff. I've made some changes, and I want to do a line, right? Like a candle line. And I want to have beautiful candles, but they're so expensive for me even. And then when you put it all together and charge, like, I don't want the prices to be ridiculous. I want anybody to be able to enjoy these kind of things. So I've tried looking up on there and it was still very, very expensive. My brother suggested Alibaba and I look on there, but you get looking and you look at something. Okay, there's minimum and maximum orders. That makes a difference. It looks like it's going to be cheap. Then go to how much shipping is. Shipping is way more than a lot of these products even are. So I don't know. I will eventually get it figured out. I do want to come up with a way to make some of my own candle vases. Like, I know you can do some with like cement, ceramic-ish stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just like always trying something new. And this is not like a job to me. Do I have a name for my brand yet? Yes, I do. Spark and Stone Studio. I'm not sure if you can see that. Can you see that? Oops. Yeah. Anyways, Spark and Stone Studio. So that's on Instagram. And Nate had dropped the link to my Instagram as well if you guys want to take a look. Good to see you in here, Tim. It's been a long time. And Kobe popped in the house. Let's see what Kobe's saying. He'll live 2 o'clock as Nate today, come under the 90 degrees. And I think that's what. Oh, are you not feeling good? You drink some water, Nate. Definitely. Thank you so much for that, Nate, for dropping that link. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What is this? Jack saying, is that embracing discomfort thing? Wow, you're in Vietnam right now? No way. I did see some of your shorts, like the long lineups in the airport and stuff, but holy moly. I am looking forward to seeing like your videos, Tim, on like what Vietnam looks like in different areas. Costs associated would be great to know too, because we still have more future trips that we want to do. Flo says she used Uline for boxes and shipping. I have a place for display items. I'll email it to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Everybody's so happy to see Tim in here. I'm just trying to see. I know I missed a couple things. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Karen, you saw that too. Uline is so expensive in Canada. Okay, so it's not just me. I was looking that stuff up and I'm like, these are ridiculous prices. Like, some of the candle jars are more than I would want to pay for a whole candle. Right? Like, I know my candles are good quality. They're also, I've done soy and now I'm doing a coconut soy wax. It's all renewable kinds of stuff. I do want to try some beeswax. Working on some connections with some local people that have bees for honey and see what they're doing with their wax and how they process it, because beeswax is really, it's a harder wax. So it would be good for things like these, but it doesn't hold scent the same. So I would use beeswax for different molds and stuff, but beeswax is also a bit of a air purifying kind of thing too. So that's why I want to try that one. Yeah. Hi, Auntie. Good to see you here. Haven't chatted for a while. Oh, so Uline is so in the States, but really stinking expensive in Canada. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Good luck with your pup there, my dear Lily. Let's see what Kobe says here. Kobe's saying, Jack, that's just me being a workaholic. When I get in the zone, I forget to eat, drink, catches up with me on occasion. Oh my goodness, Kobe. No kidding. Yesterday, I was like on a roll. Didn't even get out of my pajamas. Went into my office. Now I'll just call it my candle studio. And I'm just putzing all day in there. And then all of a sudden it's like, what was it, like 6 o'clock or something? I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten yet. And I should be feeding my poor husband that just had surgery. Nope, candles come first. He is capable of cooking for himself. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then I was like, yeah, because I left the office because I had to go to the washroom. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't gone to the washroom all day. Like, I haven't been drinking anything, eating anything. But then when it came bedtime, oh my goodness, I ate like a crazy person because I get into bed and I get into munching mode. Hands up. Anyone else that knows what I'm talking about, munching mode? You're sitting there and you're watching TV or it's evening and you just keep eating. It's to the point you don't even taste it anymore, but your brain's firing off all these good feelings, right? Like, I love my chocolate. Chocolate's gotten a lot more expensive and it will continue to do so. But there's something about, I don't know, this pleasure center in my brain and chocolate. Whew, I don't know if I could give it up. I don't know. Right now, I don't have to. Well, we're just focusing on staying a non-smoker at this point in time. Okie dokie. Oh, our Saturday carrot cakes, Nate. That's right. We eat in bed. It was not this summer, the last summer. We had a campsite at Buffalo Pound and we had the trailer out there and we got a seasonal site and someone did some baking every Saturday and had a table set up and would sell it at the lake. And so every Saturday, Nate would go and buy us a little carrot cake with cream cheese. It's perfect for 2 people size container. And we just both get our forks and eat out of there and watch a movie on the computer before we went to bed. I don't know. It was fun. It was fun. There's so many things that we associate with our memories that I feel like it's so important to incorporate and pay attention to all the wonderful parts. Like, okay, this doesn't smell, but I like how it looks. If it smelled, a scent that I like, how it smells, the memories of making it and sharing it, right? Everything brings back different memories. Nate and I really like our blueberry muffins. I made a candle that's blueberry muffin scented. And it just, I don't know, it just smells so good. So good. Another thing I like about making candles is I can make anything I want. So, where did I put it? No, it's not there. I moved everything, but I have this like Buddha head thing from the dollar store. It was like $5 and it was supposed to be citronella candle, which did not work and was underwicked. Now that I know more about candle making, but I made my own version that I can't wait to use come next year. And I filled that thing with my own wax. And because it was for me, I used wax that I remelted because they were mistakes or imperfects. And I just scented that what I wanted for the mosquitoes, put it in there, made my own version. Very nice. Let me see. Karen says, while you're still experimenting with what people and what sells, maybe try buying glassware at Value Village. Yeah, Value Village, we don't have here, but we do have the Salvation Army. And when I'm in Estevan, I check out the 2 thrift shops there. But the thrift shops have been going up. What I really need to do is focus on garage sales. But like, you know, you look at a teapot, for example, and it's $5 that somebody didn't even want anymore, whereas before it would have been less, right? But I am, because I know you came in late, Karen, I upcycling as much as I can now. I have a bunch of cute things, but this, for example, you know, I thrifted and cleaned. There's a couple things that I did that I repainted and then did everything in here because I do feel like we do need to reuse more different materials. Okie dokie. And I use this reuse stuff for like the bouquets and stuff, but not for the actual candles. Actual candles, just using plain glass, you can't. It has to be safe. And so like teacups, yeah, they look super cute as candles, but it's totally not safe. And especially if you can't put it in the dishwasher or in the oven, you're not going to be able to use it. A lot of really old glass, crystallish looking things. A lot of that's lead crystal. You cannot have the heat in there. It cannot handle it and it can explode. So I've been learning a lot. A lot. Kind of lurking and trying not to clutter up my chat. Oh no, we need lots of people in here talking. My goodness, so much has changed. Like this XP thing that pops up when you're actually like in the chat. It's crazy. I seen it when I watched Nate's. Yeah, I totally get in the zone, Kobe. It's all or nothing, all or nothing. Scrolling. Hello, Stephen Oki. So good to see you guys here. I don't get to watch your live streams hardly ever anymore because they're during the day and I have to go into the office a lot more. That, you know what? A lot of people hated the pandemic, but I got to tell you, there are so many blessings that came into my life during that time. Yeah, and Nate's the biggest one. And then meeting all of you, I'm just like, wow. And I have been busy with the candles and I have been busier with work and stuff, but I don't know. Life is just so good. So good. Hey, let's keep on rolling. Yeah, I have been pretty busy. So, like Nate mentioned the one time, oh, I'm kind of worried. What are you going to do when you're retired, right? Because I don't want to be bored. So I tell you, have I ever gone on a spree of trying new hobbies? First it was, we found some free pallets. So we went and loaded them up in his vehicle because mine wasn't big enough. And then I tore some apart and I made some planters and planter benches for in the yard for free, right? Other than my labor. And then I really like rocks and I want to learn more about them, which I know sounds odd, but some of them are really pretty. And so, especially when I was out in Arizona and you see some of the stuff there, I thought, wow, maybe I could do something with rocks. And so I bought a rock tumbling kit, which really hasn't excited me as much as I thought it was going to. It takes quite a long time to tumble those rocks. Some of them are not meant for it. And it's a lot louder than you think. So I would have to put it in like the garage if I was going to keep doing it. Plus the O-ring kind of things to keep the pulleys going, those break really easy. Then what did I do? I've tried the candles. That was starting with playing with making a candle for Nate with some old wax that I had. What else? I know there's a couple other things that I've tried. I learned how to do my own nails, except look at this. This was the hand that my hand was in all the wax yesterday, doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm left-handed. Yeah. So I have been busy. Got to keep myself. Oh, making wine. That's right, Nate. When we had the seasonal site, there's like Saskatoon berries, and I'm like, don't particularly like Saskatoons just as it is. Not bad, but I made wine. Then I learned how to make like a hard apple cider and different things like that. So Nate drinks the wine. I make it. He drinks it. What's this? You went to a garage sale, but it wouldn't fit in the bus. I missed something there. Let's see. All that stuff really went up because reselling has unfortunately become more widely known. A local Goodwill by me wanted $30 for a filthy indented Instapot. There is one particular thrift shop in Estevan. Like it's like an hour away from me, and I go there sometimes for work. So on my lunch break, I'll pop in and check. And I used to really like that place, but oh my goodness, even stuff that I know was originally from the dollar store, they're wanting the same price, if not more, because they don't understand its value. So some of that staff, but I don't know. But I am trying to do it that way. I feel like sometimes I can get prettier things for people. I'm a candle chemist and a wine chemist. That's one thing too, though. I could totally make wine in the ambo and just set it aside. I would only maybe have one jug at a time on the go because it takes room. Yeah. Oh, and I got to update you guys about the ambulance too. I might be here all afternoon. A wee bit of Van Vita voodoo. I like that. I like that. Oh. Okay, so if you put oil in the candle, one can get high and smell nice when it's lit. Oh, put pot oil. Okay, cheapers. Actually, I have no idea. It would first of all, same with essential oils. How flammable is it? There's actually fragrance guidelines for every kind of fragrance. How much is the maximum you can put in a candle? How much is the maximum that you can put in an air freshener? How much is the maximum for soap? And it's different amounts, and it's all for safety. So I do follow those guidelines. Yeah. But what I would think of is a candle that would be strong enough to cover that scent, maybe, and mask it. I don't know. Because I don't think it's just the smell. You need to ingest or breathe. Well, yeah, that is a really good question. I don't think I'll ever have an answer for you. Oh, you saw some tumblers, wires, leather, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to do all of those things, but yeah, there's all sorts of crafts out there. Kobe, new bucket list item. Drink some wine with Nate and Paula. Absolutely. The next time we come to the States for any length of time, I'll have to make some. Although the longer it's there, the better the flavors come out of the fruit. The longer, like they're saying, like wait a year even before you drink it and stuff. So I don't know. Go for the moose milk. No, I have not done anything with moose milk for a really long time. A moose milk air freshener. Oh my goodness, you guys. That would smell yummy. How would I do that? When I get a little bit better at this, I'll try mixing some of my own fragrances. One of the things that's so interesting is yes, 96% of candle purchases are women. But Nate thought it was funny when I did some candles and some air fresheners geared to male scent. And I know that my son, for example, likes to burn a good scented candle in his room, just kind of freshen it up, right? There are so many men that love the car diffusers, right? And so I've got like a bourbon and sandalwood, and I did not know how many women love sandalwood. So bourbon and sandalwood just goes like crazy. Absolutely crazy. What is your hobby, Diane? Because they do take a lot of room. My office, I would show you guys, but it is so embarrassing. It is such a mess in there. Oh my gosh. I'm just checking on each screen here. Well, I want to know what's going on with you. How are you? How are you doing? What's new and groovy in your life? I miss you guys. I do miss you guys a lot. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of times sitting at home, I don't want to put my makeup on at all. I actually only put makeup on for you guys today. Poor Nate sees me just haphazard. Like, you're so lucky if you've even seen me brush my hair in a day when I'm at home. Flaw says, I've seen candles for men, including one that smelled like leather and suede. That is one of the scent that I have. I did some of them, with wick and regular wicks, and I did some of the candles with a wooden wick, and I like the wooden wick, but some of them are not burning right. And you have to test all these things, and it takes forever. So I think I'm going to stick with what I know. Nate never does his hair either. Custom cakes. Oh, wow. Between the baking and the decorating. Nate wants to know, are you making cakes that look like real things? I have a cake pan that's like an ambulance that I have yet to make a cake in and decorate it to look like an ambulance. But yeah, I know one year I did a Santa one and I was very careful. Oh gosh, that was so long ago. Oh, she does. Very cool. Steve says, my hobby is wandering aimlessly and chasing my drone around in the desert. And you know what? That sounds so fantastic. I had the best times walking even in the desert, checking out the rocks, right? Like it's so funny when you find an activity that you're just in that moment, in that zone, in that zen. And it is such a great feeling. Jack says, I tried to make sandalwood scent. It would probably smell like my tennis shoes. Oh, hello, Angler. Good to see you. I'm hitting all sorts of funky buttons right now. Let me see. What did I hit here? I am. It has been so long since I've used this. There's new stuff. I should have read more. People. Oh, back to comments. Somehow starred. Who starred a comment? I don't know. Did I do that? Anyways. How about unicorn fart diffuser? I think there is such a scent. I have yet to try it. You're out in Quartzsite. Awesome. Just in time to stay away from snow. It has arrived. Don't forget shoveling the sunshine. Yeah, that's one of Steve's hobbies. It's just got to be awful. Tim with Mobang for your bucks. Says, hey, Stephen Oki, I'm kind of a nomadic, but no cooking and sleeping in my van. Why? I can stay in a nice room and eat 3 meals a day for $30 a day. I can see myself permanently living in Vietnam. Wow. That's crazy. I want to see pictures of it too. I guess I could Google, but lately I've been Googling so much about Fiji because Fiji is like quite expensive. Now, we do everything the most affordable way that we can. So Nate has lots of points from cards, like credit cards and stuff that he used for airline points. So now correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, but we have to pay for our flight to LA and back. But from LA to Fiji and Fiji to LA are all covered with points. It doesn't cost us any money. I don't know. I think there's only one way with LA. I think altogether to get from Canada to Fiji and back, because of Nate's points, it's costing us about $500 or something. Nate, if you have the exact number, that'd be great. So that's super affordable. But when you look up places and you see these prices, it's like, what's the fine print? There's always fine print. There's extract. Lots of activities actually cost. They say, yes, we have it offered, but if you go into all the details, it costs you extra. What's included and what isn't. Oh, it'll be about $1,400. Oh boy, I got that wrong. Either way, that's a heck of a deal. So, that's for 2 people probably going LA and back. Oh, the points saved us almost $2,000. Okay. But the meal plans, everywhere you go, the meal plan costs about the same amount as your room. So I'm looking at mid-range places, not the cheap ones, not the really expensive, because they can get very expensive. Kind of that everyday person mid-range cost. And then, whatever you see is doubled. And if it's on a private island, you have to pay for 2 people to take a boat to that island. So one place I'm looking at, I want us to go to, we'll have to pay for the taxi from the airport down to the coral coast of Fiji. And then you got to take that boat. It's probably about $500 for us to get there and back to that island. And then pay, yes, Fijian dollars is has a different value than ours, but it's still expensive. So, but we don't want to miss out on anything, and it's the only time we're going. If you know about Fiji, we land in Nadi, and then the first area, it's Dinero. Um, I've read a lot of good and bad. It's more like you want to go to Mexico style resorts, except anything that says it's all inclusive usually does not include alcohol in Fiji. Alcohol is ridiculously expensive in Fiji. I am in so many groups and learning so much stuff, you guys. It is crazy. Yeah, lots of natural wonders. Go all the way to Vietnam just to see Tim Tim for his egg rolls. Oh, I see what I was missing. Did a tour of his room. Oh yeah, I'll have to check out some videos, you guys. I started watching so much stuff about government in North America more than I ever have in my life. And I just now my YouTube automatically wants to go to those things. So I got to adjust my algorithm a little bit and start searching out some of you guys and seeing you again. Just trying to see what else is here. I don't know what the why not. I missed that. Scouting the whole country of Vietnam. Started touring business here. Oh, for more bang for your bucks. You know what? You totally could do it, Tim. You totally could. That's one thing, we've done a lot of different little trips together since we've been married and stuff, but I haven't put anything out online. I think I really overdid it for a while with YouTube. But now, like when we go to Fiji, I see a real gap in videos. I really do. There's so many things that I want to know that I'm not finding. I'm finding just some of the same stuff over and over. So I do feel like if we take our time and do some recording, that I can have a lot of really good videos. I might do better about Fiji. And now that Nate's changed his channel a bit, and I feel like we're not going to be doing the same thing or stepping on each other's toes. So, there could be an opportunity for some stuff. Oh my goodness, Floss. Oh, you guys are great. Oh my goodness. So what do you guys think of me actually doing a live stream for the first time in forever? I could do some more. That's so crazy to commit to them. I think what I really need to do, because my channel literally is half, like the first whole year, pretty much after we got married, and I didn't put anything out. I was still sitting well over 4,000, over 5,000 hours. Now I'm barely sitting at 2,000 hours, and I do want to keep the channel alive. And I really hate to lose monetization. So I am really going to need to focus on putting some stuff out there again. Videos, so you guys, evergreen content. My two best videos that I have, my very best one is cleaning the buddy heater, the Mr. Buddy heater. And the next one is removing the back seat out of my Equinox. Those things are searched all the time. So, and my Cuba ones are good. They get a lot of views, but I don't get paid a lot for them. There is definitely a different amount of money and income that's coming there. Egg roll business is pretty much bankrupt there. It's so cheap. This is lots of fun, just like a couple of years ago. Time goes so fast, Jack. It really does. It's good to see you guys too. It does feel like 40 years, doesn't it? One free egg roll with the tour, Diane. Hey, Jim, good to see you in here. Oh, thank you, Floss. It's nice to hear that I've been missed. Now, I assume this is for Jim. Because it sure as hell isn't for me. Oh, my goodness. I know you just popped in, but I think I am going to pretend to take care of my husband. Actually, I have to do laundry. So I should do that. He's got his game. Do it live for fun, Paula. Do which live? Supper? Eat? What did I all say? I swear, you guys, my memory is shot. If I can't scroll back and reread something, it's in one ear and out the other, or I see it and out my ear. It comes whatever way it wants. And maybe some of it is that I haven't done these for so long, because before it felt so natural just to sit here and chat to you guys, but you all know what it's like. Essentially, it's my screen. And then it's like, how do I keep myself on track? I didn't write any notes today because I loved when I did live streams how they just flowed. How it's just we went with the flow, whatever was the topic amongst the community that day. We all supported each other a lot. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of good times, and I think maybe even once a month I'll do a live, or I'll at least try to do some more pop-ups. I do miss it, but yeah. I can hear noise. I got to be quiet. Is that Nate downstairs listening to my live stream, or is that football? I can't hear nothing now. Have him get the throat spray. for Nate's throat since his surgery, yeah, right? Hey Sonia, good to see you. Oh, can we do a raid? Yes, we should do that. We should do a Van Vita raid to Tina's the Outsider. Nate, if you're there, can you find that one? Oh, it's the live. When I stop talking, you can't hear it. Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Well, Jim and Sonia, I wish you guys were in here sooner. But that's just how it goes sometimes. I've been up here for an hour and 21 minutes, and I haven't talked this much for a really long time. But I miss you guys. You guys make it so hard to leave. Tim says, do live when you feel like it. We do miss your fun-filled personality. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. I don't know. This was a part of my life for a couple of years there, and I do miss it. I need to make it a priority again, because someday we're going to get to travel even more. What's channels Nate about now? Nate, do you want to? I'm going to, you know what? Let me drop the thing. Nate, do you want to pop up? Maybe I won't stop. We'll give him a chance to describe his channel just a little bit. It's good to see you too, Jim. Let's see if my husband pops up on my live stream. And now I have like 19 people in here. It went up again. Oh my goodness. Do you guys remember some of those live streams? Like it would hit like 60, 70, 80, 90 people. Oh, how interesting is this? I get a great big notification on here that you're in the basement. Because before I used to not see everyone. Yeah, nice shirt.
Oh, thank you. I don't even know what my channel is about now.
Well, you're the fair banking nerd.
Oh, no, she's talking about North American Traveler's Edge. Nobody even knows the name of the other one. Actually, that's not even the name of the other one.
Well, you still have, look at your name on here.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I need to, was that way on mine too? It probably was. So I am doing live streams for my business, those that don't know, where I'm Nate the Fair Banking Nerd, which is fair lending and CRA, community reinvestment type stuff. And so I do those on Fridays, and then I'm doing these for North American Traveler's Edge on Sunday. So I keep forgetting to change my name in StreamYard because they both run off of StreamYard. So, but I think she's asking about North American Traveler's Edge because she probably always knew me as Land Cloud Adventures. And the idea when I changed it, it was going to be a lot of, American and Canadian and traveling and all this stuff going on between the two kind of discouraged me from doing too much. And, people aren't traveling as much between the two. And so I don't know. Right now, I'm just getting back into doing the live streams. And then as videos go, if I had time, I always wanted to get into the points and all of that because people always are like, how do you stay at all these hotels and get airline points and everything and travel so much off of that and get the discounts? But I just haven't done that. And who knows if I will.
Let me back up. I was looking at the live stream. It's not a dungeon, Tim. It is the basement, though, and its camera's angled up. So your perspective on travel is more the income side now?
Say that again.
You're on your regular channel, your North American Traveler. Do you focus more on some of the costs of traveling? Is that more what you're saying?
I haven't done any, like, videos other than the live streams.
Okay.
So if I do videos, if I have time, and I probably will try to do some, it will just be still travel based with a focus on American and Canadian travelers, but I don't wanna pick one or the other. It was
Yeah.
the idea was always to kind of do both, but with how things have gone, it's just kinda like, I don't know.
Yeah, travel is like a weird thing. And especially us being from Canada and then the US, you guys, for us to travel, it's a really weird time right now. Like if we went and did a winter, I got as a Canadian, now, because I'm married to an American, I have to take proof of my job, proof of my home, proof that I'm going back. I now have to fill out documentation if I'm going to be there a certain amount of time. Like right now, it just seems like a little bit too much of a headache till the world settles down, because it's like the whole world's in this big kerfuffle right now.
Yeah. I don't know that it apply I don't remember what it all applies to, but, it's even harder for Canadians to travel long term. They've gotta fill out extra things if they're traveling, I think, by land and have different visas now. They're trying to make it harder. But that's getting harder not just in the US, but, like, Mexico, you gotta have special visas if you go past certain border miles or whatever. Europe's getting harder. There's so much more tracking of everybody and so much more work to do before you travel anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
bringing dogs to the US, you need different paperwork even though they never check it.
Yeah. I mean, but we got a few years yet till we, maybe do kind of half and half between Canada and US or wherever we choose to go. That's the thing. We have a lot of options available to us down the road, depending on health and different things like that.
Yep.
Kobe says, having been down in Havasu for about a month, he says they have some Canadians there, but nowhere near what it's normally like.
Those people with those bumper stickers finally got their way.
What?
Well, it was Havasu in particular, I think, that hated all the visitors during winter. And they'd have bumper stickers or whatever, like "Go home, Canadians" or something, because they didn't want people there because it's like their hometown. So now, yeah, now they got their way, they got their wish. It won't be good for
People had
won't be
bumper
busy.
stickers not wanting Canadians there?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
didn't know that.
I don't know, it's widespread. Kobe, have you seen them? Yeah, see, he's saying, yeah, they hate snowbirds. The locals, right? They want their town, and I'm sure they don't even like the nomads, right? I'm sure it's not just Canadians. I'm sure it's just all the nomads that stay temporarily. They don't like snowbirds. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. They don't
Really?
like the
We bring so much money into the economy every winter.
yeah.
Well,
Mm.
doesn't matter.
And that's not everybody, but you do see, it's their own car. They can put whatever they want on it, right? So,
You
but
know
yeah.
what's so funny? It used to be, if as a Canadian, we wanted to highlight that we were Canadians anywhere we traveled, because Canadians were accepted with smiles pretty much everywhere we went. And now that has changed so much. It's hard to understand. It's hard to wrap my brain around that.
I don't think it's really changed. I think it's pretty much the same everywhere.
So what do you think it was always?
They just don't like the influx of people that don't live there permanently. A lot of those people happen to be Canadian, and that's Havasu in particular. I don't think in the US Canadians are less welcome, although I do hear or read things where Canadians are worried that they're not as welcome. I don't think in most places that's actually changed. I think most Americans are actually on Canada's side in a lot of the nonsense, to be honest, or at least half of them are.
Well, and I don't want to get political and stuff.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, we're all people. We're all people regardless of what lines of where we live on this world is. And I think if we just remember who we are and we remember to use our heart in our choices and decisions, that's what we got to keep doing.
Yeah, I think it's Americans that want to start pretending to be Canadian more, putting the flag on their stuff from things I've read. It's always been a thing where Americans will put Canadian flags on it because of what you said. Canadians are welcomed everywhere. But now, when half the world has been tariffed, or more than half the world, I guess. You go over to Europe, it's probably still better if a Canadian, or to be thought of as a Canadian than American, just as
Well,
far as how
I
you're gonna be
know
welcomed.
from traveling too as a Canadian to like Mexico and Cuba, you highlight that you're a Canadian because you don't want them to think you're American. And
Well,
so
especially
honestly,
Cuba.
in my naive worldview, I thought it was like that everywhere, maybe. Nope. Alan says, I saw some younger people were complaining about Indians working at McDonald's up there.
In Havasu? Or
Up in
Canada?
Canada, I think. Do you know what? There is a lot of minorities working in fast food establishments here. And there's a whole lot that can
Yeah.
be said about every side of that, but you do see a lot of variety in nationalities and fast food places. And unfortunately, these are people that are trying to support their entire family on a minimum wage job. Yeah. Oh, so some people that don't like outsiders regardless of who they are. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I like how Kobe said it, as they didn't like snowbirds in particular, because anybody that's not from there. Now, Canadians are a big subset that come down, but even when I worked in Iowa, a lot of the bank presidents would never stay in Iowa during they'd have their Arizona house or whatever.
I think Kobe makes a good point here that regardless of location, there will always be people that complain about other people. Yeah, I think so. I think so. What did Kyle say that Kobe's all excited about? What did Lions up 14-3. Hey,
Oh,
when
we're
is your
not
football
excited
game?
about that, Kobe. Sorry, we're not going to make yours a sports talk now.
Is your game on right now?
Yeah, that's okay.
Did you want to watch it in the living room?
That's the only place I can watch it.
Oh, shoot. Okay, honey, you come upstairs out of the basement. Let's watch some football. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody here. Thank you so much for seeing that I was live and popping in. And thank you for those that rated me off Nate's channel. And I think if you guys want to look up Tina the Outsiders, if she's still alive, let's do a Van Vita Travels raid. But I am going to say...
What? 1 second, I'm going to see if I see a live real quick, because I had it up, but I didn't. See, I don't see a live posted, so I don't know what he was referring
Oh,
to.
is there not one?
He might
Okay.
have been trying to get her to do one if we could rate her, but I don't see one.
Okay. Okay. Oh, what's this? Kobe says, I think the reason Canadians get maybe a little more of a hard time is because, as you very well know, you can only come down for so long. So a lot of Canadians come at the same time. And it depends on whose perspective it is. There's a lot of people that have bonus or have businesses that really miss the extra income. But all right, have a good night. Much love to each and every one of you. Bye.